All right, it's been about 9 minutes. It might take up to 12, but we're gonna do the initial check on this sponge cake.
You can always add time, you can't take it away. And one of the biggest clues right now is I'm starting to smell the cake. I don't know about Chef Hansen, but
we can smell and sort of visually, we can give it a little peek. It looks risen, it looks sort of bubbly on top, and I suspect it has some color.
So it should be golden.
There, it looks very golden.
And you can see that I used not a totally flat pan, but that's okay. It's a little too delicate. Maybe one more minute.
Yeah,
but it's almost
smells
there.
Delicious.
We'll just wait with it for another minute.
Alexa, stop. Alexa, one more minute.
So
Set a
what we
timer.
were looking for is in the center.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry, we'll hang with here for a minute. We're looking for it to be soft and almost to leave a little bit of an impression in the middle, but when I touched it, which I did very gently, it just felt more like liquidy. Not quite what I wanted. A little too soft, but it's gonna be really quick.
Yeah.
So I don't wanna even leave the oven because we're talking about just 1 minute.
Yes, and you saw that there was parts of that cake that probably were done because our sheet pan wasn't flat.
Mm-hmm.
And there were parts that were underdone, but we wouldn't want to pull it out and have part of our cake just flatten out because it doesn't have the protein structure, like the coagulation of the egg proteins and the flour protein to have set up, right? Whoops.
And one thing about this cake, well, of course we want to cook it perfectly, but if we did overcook it by a minute, we're planning on enjoying it today, so we have a little more flexibility. You know, we're not trying to keep it fresh for 4 days. All right, let's try this again.
Alexa, stop.
Okay. Soft enough to leave a shallow impression when gently poked. What do you think, Chef Hansen?
Let's do it. I trust you.
You can poke too if you like. What do you think, Chef Hansen?
I think it might carry over.
It's really close.
Because it looks really done right here.
Just this one section. This part feels good. I think let's call it a day. You know, if I was going to leave it in anymore, it would be like 30 more seconds. So this recipe has a kind of unique thing. We're going to cover the half sheet pan with 2 big pieces of foil and crimp the edges and let it to cool.
You can see the different, yep, do it.
To about 70 degrees. And again, she's chosen 70 degrees because that's the temperature is. The temperature that butter is very sort of pliable. So when we're thinking about the butter in the cake, we want to make sure the butter is at the right consistency so it will roll. If it's too cold, the butter will be a solid.
So we're wrapping this also, it's going to help it steam itself a little bit and stay soft. It won't lose too much moisture. It's a very unusual method, but a roulade or a jelly roll cake is a very unusual cake. We need it to be flexible. All right. That's enough for this.